Hello, beautiful humans. I'm Jen Madrone. Happy Saturday. Today, we're going to talk about all of the ways, maybe not all of them, because there's a lot, some of the ways that we block ourselves in the process of transformation. And really, the biggest way that we block ourselves is through fear. And fear is the biggest tool that our ego has, and it waves it in our face all of the time. It's really one of its favorite toys to play with is our fear. And so we're going through the transformation process, usually beginning at some point with an awakening experience. It shows us how life can be. It shows us how we want to live our life, how we want to experience ourselves and experience the world around us. And then we're shown the work that we have to do to get back there. And so maybe you made a commitment to yourself and you jumped on the path either consciously or subconsciously, and you find yourself on this path and you are desperately wanting the transformation and the growth and the healing that you see that needs to be done to get back to that place of just complete peace, oneness, and connection with your authentic nature. And then a lot of things happen along the way. We often jump in naively, and then we start to hit some roadblocks, or we have some experiences that are really frightening. We begin, as our ego begins to dissolve, we begin to see really what that means to let the ego dissolve, to let go of our attachment to our identity. And at some point it might be really scary. We might go, oh, fuck, you mean I have to lose it all? I have to let go of it all? What does that even mean? What's left? And so we get really scared, or maybe the symptoms in our body are so intense that we're like, I wanted this transformation, but can you just slow it down a little bit? Or maybe I don't want this. And so fear creeps in every moment that we let it, if we let our mind run the show. And it can really slow us down and keep us stuck if we listen to the fear monger of the ego. And it can really mess with us because we think that we want to move forward, but as you know, we're moving forward, we stop ourselves. We let that fear and we let that dialogue in our mind stop ourselves. And what happens in the body is that the energy contracts in our body when we're fearful. So we may begin in an expansive state, ready to receive, and then we have fear and doubt and all sorts of other things come into our field, and we contract, and our energy contracts, and we're asking, why am I not open to source? Why do I feel so disconnected from myself and from the universe and from spirit? And why am I not receiving messages? And why do I not feel like I'm growing? And it's because we've contracted our energy field from that fear and made it much smaller and brought it into our body. And so we're unable to receive the energy, the information, and the experiences that are there waiting for us outside of our energy field. And so if we simply expand our energy field with our consciousness, with our intention, with our thoughts, with our meditations, then we're opening ourselves up to receive again. And so then once we do that and we open ourselves up to receive, we have to be diligent about watching for that fear creeping back in, and watching how it's going to try to come back in, and how we may have the inclination to contract again against the fear and bring our energy field in. And when we notice that, we have to release and open and basically just say fuck off to the fear, because the fear is not your friend. It's old programming, and it's not there to assist you. Sometimes there are scary experiences that happen, and fear is a normal part of the process because we are stepping into the unknown, and that is a scary place to be because the unknown is that it's simply new territory, and we have no idea what we're going to face there. But we have to trust that we're on this path for a reason. And when we are feeling expansive, it's easier to trust. And when we're feeling contracted, we need to notice that, and we need to take the time to see what's causing that contraction, to really go in there and look at it and see if there's something that needs to be changed or healed or removed from our field, from our thoughts, from the old programming. And that's a lot of work. That can take a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time, but it's all a part of the process. And each time we remove those barriers of fear and doubt, then we get closer to really living from that authentic self, and one step closer to letting the ego dissolve into that authentic self. And so if you're ready to say fuck off to the fear, and you're really ready to step in an expansive way into your transformational process, but you'd really like a guide or some help in this process, then please private message me and we can talk and see if we're a good fit to work together. And if you have any questions, put them in the Facebook group, or right here would be best in the comment section. So have a great day. Sending massive love to you all, and I'll see you in the Facebook group.